right, guys, how's it going? It's JD, the mobile trader, coming back to you. Mobile Trader Network. Thank y'all for coming in. Gonna look over a few charts tonight. Let's see what's happening. See what we have going. I know I saw Brooke, Ronisha, Sia, uh, who else? Kim, and all right. And if you're on Facebook, I put the link to the Zoom. I can't look on. Well, I can, but I mean, it is. I'm, I'm coming to the Zoom room. That'll be better. Be a lot better if you can. Okay. Hey guys, y'all can put your stock if you have a particular stock you want to look at. Put it in the chat, and then I'll open the mic and let you kind of let me know what you're looking to do. Hope y'all can hear me. SFIX Stitch Fix. All right, let me get it in there, and then and if you want to unmute, you can unmute. Let's see, or you can type whichever you want. Yeah, that's power move right there. Are you looking to get in like right now, or are you already in? Um, Weekly is unreal. Daily is unreal. Wanted to short. Okay, I got you. I'm getting a feel for you now, Sia. Yeah, it's coming up to that point, but I wouldn't look to short this until maybe you get a red day, a red reversal candle, plus a follow through candle. Because when it falls, it's gonna fall hard. But there might be false days like that push up and you had one red doji candle right there, then it ran another full leg. So yeah, it's overbought, but Stitch Fix has a lot of momentum behind it. I'm gonna let me put my volume on here. Hmm, add the volume. And thing about runners, like to get a lot of momentum and a lot of um, well, the volume's kind of dying down a little bit, so there may be a chance, but I wouldn't look at shorting it right now until you see a red day. I mean, you're gonna want to, you're gonna, but all these are just stair step patterns. These are all bull flags, flag pattern, flag pattern, flag, flag, flag. Let it do a reverse flag. Let it, I mean, it could keep running. That's 50. It has been going since. Yeah, don't try to short this just yet. On my chart right now, I put the 50 period moving average, and it's crushing that. It bounced off that, and it's crushing it. So, oh yeah, that's how. If I'll make it stop running, yeah, I'll buy it too, and it'll stop. That's the perfect statement, Ro. Yeah. Let me. If you want to short it, I'll buy it tomorrow. I'll get, get into the pullback and give you a 10% pullback. All right, let's go. But just be careful. Don't try it just yet till it gives you a full day. Uh, ENPH. And if you just coming in, guys, put your stocks in the chat bar, and I'll unmute you when you act. No, I'm joking. When I pull up your stock. Oh, that looks so nice, man. In phase energy, and that's Brooke. Let's see. And if are you look. Okay, I'm clicking ask to unmute. Are you in it right now, Brooke, or are you looking to get in?
Yeah, I'm in it.
You're in it? Okay.
Hmm.
So you're in it to win it. Uh, how long you been in?
Since October.
Wow. So what is your like what's the investment, what's your time horizon like? Are you it's a long-term buy and hold for you?
No, initially it was short. Um, but I'm just sitting in it right now.
Because if
Oh,
you've been in since October, you're on some good profit, very good profit.
yeah,
Um, what do they do? Are they clean energy?
yeah.
This thing might keep running with the new administration.
That's what I was thinking.
Um, if it pulls back, it could pull back to that 158 or right in there, just the 163s. I mean, it's well above the 50. Uh, there's nothing to say. It's like saying get out of this because you basically had a cup and handle, another cup, uh, whatever they want to call it, bull flags, just every possible. Uh, and you had support down here, plenty of support before it's time to like run for the hills. And 162, and yeah, I did you get in like around 130, 124?
I think it was a little lower than that.
Yeah, you're good. And that was the high right there. 106.36 was the low. Find out, maybe find out when earnings are. I don't, and stay on top of that because, jeez, man, make a decision on like if you want to keep this for the long term, short term. Fall into that understanding. And this this looks really good. Yeah, there's nothing to saying get out at all. If you get a reversal, like you might get a reversal candle and get a couple of red bearish days and pulls you back in down to a certain level. I mean, then you could, possibly think about it. But geez, let me look at let me just do something real quick. I'm gonna pull up Investors Business Daily because I use that. Well, I use Investor Business Daily just to kind of gives me a nice little breakdown. EMPH, isn't it? Yeah. See what they say. Composite rating 95. Designs, develops, and sells home energy solutions for the. Oh, yeah. You might need to ride this. And A plus rating in there, and the accumulation distribution. The institutional money's coming into it also. So yeah, that's an A plus right there. So I think I put that on the screen, didn't I? Yeah. So yeah, if that's all you have, then yeah, that's a good run with that one. And great job. Just if you if it starts pulling back, you make a decision whether you want to add more if you see support or if you want to take profit and you can re-enter. But if you bought the stock, right, you're in the stock. So I'm pretty sure. So you have a great position. That make think about, do some research and decide if this may be a long term play for you. Okay, let's see here. Now Brook also wanted Ford. Okay, guys, if you're just now coming in, put your if you have a stock you want me to take a look at, drop it in the chat bar. Um, hey Ruby, how's it going? I'm long. Oh, well, I was long for. Well, I'm still long in my Roth IRA. Ford came up to that 10 or right below the 10 handle. That's going to be. I was telling people it was going to be hard to get to 10 if you bought some January calls. Uh, you're gonna need months before because it'll bang its head, but there might be a catalyst, maybe the earnings call, you know, EV. But this is a nice pullback, making a nice pennant play. But Ford is just a slow mover. It's about 26-cent ATRs. Um, it's in a fairly tight bull channel, but it's banging its head up against resistance. The next move, if it breaks above 950, you have a chance to get up in here and hang out. But I just Ford, it for me, it's not you can't trade it. Really can't trade it with options. It's too low of an ATR. Doesn't move that well, but you can if you buy and hold. You need to buy and decide on how long you want to hold it. There's nothing short term about it. It's just a frustrating play if you looked had recall news. But yeah, I mean, and that's gonna be part of the automotive industry as well too. So if you like Ford for the long term and you see recall news and it's not just like with Boeing where that issue, like an unreal multiple tragedies, there might be an opportunity to buy more. But the chart isn't just screaming, hey, but the company is making a comeback. And it's when it broke out above here, I hopped in. Now it's reclaimed the 50-day moving or 50 period moving average on the weekly. So we go to the daily and it reclaimed it. It's coming back to possibly try to test that 50. So we need to see if Ford can hold 863, 860. It found a double bottom right now, which is cool. 877, give or take. So let's just see what happens. I don't know if you're long or you're already in it, but it's for the long haul. If you're gonna try to jump in that. Well, if nobody is putting anything in there, I'm gonna drop AMD in here. AMD didn't trigger, but I played it. Apple, okay, Apple. I got you, Daniel. Um, AMD triggered, man. Well, it didn't trigger, but thing about it, I was looking for it to coil up, go above that. It pulled back and it came back and found some support down here. I think I traded AMD, made a little money, got in and out. No, actually, I lost 54 bucks on AMD. I made the money on SPY and ARC today. But AMD needs to break above the high of 95.28 for an entry but we're in the trading range, so could stop like 2 points. So the real move, you get above 95.28, just see what it does once it gets up to resistance right there. It's still a play. It's a bullish play for me, well above the 50, and broke out of this trading range. Now it's possibly in kind of a wide bull channel if it can continue up. So let's look at Apple. Apple took off after hours. Yeah, Apple's still a buy, even off of just looking from a distance right there. Oh yeah, jeez. Hold on. Let me put this. Apple's looking nice. Thing about Apple, if you don't buy enough time in the charts with the option, it'll come back and make a few decisions. But there are no gaps on this run right now. So we have strong bullish move on the weekly above the 50, broke out from the wedge pattern. And yes, and really today wasn't the day. Like tomorrow, if we get a continuation, if you get, all right, Apple is a buy. If we get an entry above 128.31. If it triggers above that, and Apple kind of ran. Let me just see how it ran throughout the day. Sold off out the gate and popped and took off. Overbought on the 15. Guys, we're going to pull back. Might pull back to 129, may pull back 127 at some point, maybe in the pre-market, uh, early part, because it's overbought on these lower time frames. And for me, when it's overbought on the RSI, it needs to come back down. It doesn't have to. I mean, but a lot of times it helps. It just you don't want to go in when it's overbought on the lower time frame because it will recycle at some point. So Apple, let it recycle. Entry above 128.31. Let's see what Apple in the monthly. I want to see how price. Look, these monthlies are not pricey right now. They are not pricey. They're looking. The puts are a little bit more pricier at the same strike. So yeah, Apple is real right now. Jeez. Okay, here's the play. There's two really good plays, unless I'm just the January 15, 130s calls. A lot of open interest. And then if you have a little bit of extra money, if that stimulus check hits you early and you get a refund on some Bath and Body Works that doesn't smell good, you can pay $665 right there for the January 15th 125 calls. They look good to me, man. Not a buy, sell, or hold recommendation. Take the trade on your own, perform your due diligence, but I like what I'm seeing with that. I like the charts. I just need a pullback. But the way it ran today, and it ran after hours, let's see if there's news. Well, the EV, just like what you put in there, but and to me, I think that was a little bit of excitement over something that might come in 4 years that is just off a possibility, but everybody's looking for good news right now. So we need to watch the overall market to see what's going down with the vaccine, with the second wave or the mutation or whatever they call a new variant of the of the virus. So, but Apple's a buy. Let's see what's in here. Good evening. What's going on, Kay Kelly? Ah, nice. Well, I see you, Daniel. Feel some, Daniel. My chart is sitting on good support on the daily. Yeah, yeah. Good call, man. Good call. No pun intended. No pun intended. Let's see, Mattel for Ruby F. Baby. Please say the baby. I'm gonna stop saying that, Ruby. That's from Lil Wayne. I don't listen to Weezy anymore. Unless he comes out with some banging. All right, let's see. Mattel. Woo. And I had Baby Girl and Mattel a while back when Mattel was acting funny. And it was down off in here. Great. Are you in? Let me. Are you in Mattel right now, Ruby? And if you would like to unmute, you may. You can do that. And
Oh, I was typing. But yeah, actually I'm not in it as an option. I bought it as a stock back
okay,
when it was just over $12.
okay, okay.
I was watching it about 3 months before that when it was at 9. I'm like, this is going up.
Right,
Mind you,
right.
I had no clue about stocks and stuff like that, but I was just watching it just for the fun of it. And I
Okay.
bought one stock at
One,
12 something.
yeah. Okay.
and it went up to 14 like the next day. That day, actually, they introduced an Elton John Barbie.
Okay. So a new
So
product.
that's another thing where I learned about what you were talking about. The reason why stocks like that move is because of the news, right?
News
And
or a
it had
catalyst. Yeah.
yeah, it had news consistently after that. So I stayed in it. I'm not sure if because I'm not reading the stocks. I'm out of town. I don't have my
Okay.
computer with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, should I jump out when Christmas is over?
Well, I
Should
mean, if
I?
it's just one share
Yeah,
of Mattel,
it,
why not hold it?
yeah,
Just one share.
exactly.
Let it ride. Let it. I
Exactly.
mean, that's. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying,
I know.
yeah, let it ride, or I would, because there's no reason to take profit. Or you can get. I mean, you can get some Chick-fil-A nuggets with the proceeds, but yeah,
Right.
right now I'm looking at the chart on Mattel. Mattel looks like it might pull back a little bit, but
Yeah, it's been going back and forth.
you might have the Santa Claus rally coming to pop it. So
Right.
good job with that. And yeah, decide next time when you hop in, go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and either keep this quickly, keep it for a year, 2 years, or whatever. So when it does pop
Right.
up, you won't say, hey, let me do it. Should I take profit? Because I was listening to a gentleman. He says there's always times where he hopped in and people would say, well, if you had gotten in this stock when it was a dollar right now, you would have
Yeah.
400,000. But he said, people don't stay in for that long when it really takes off and gives like a profit that they weren't expecting. But
Mm,
if we decide early, we can establish that time horizon and say, okay, look, I'm in
right.
this and either add to it or just hold. So
Yeah, that time horizon, that's the term that you taught in your
yeah,
class that has not left my head. And I honestly, uh, anything that I tend to get into, it's for the long haul, honestly.
okay,
So,
good. Well, now that you're proving that's stick to that and stick to that game plan. That's great.
right.
That's great.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming in tonight. So, all right. Well, Kylan, I saw you put Apple Ugh. The Apple's ready to go, man. Again, because you got out early. I think you. Hold on. Let's see. I think you stopped out. You said and took you hopped out early, or it hit your stop because it was an overnight or something. But Apple is ready again. Um, so, guys, I'm gonna put Arc up here. Arc ran past all. I was in Arc. Arc is extended, but it's extended on top of like it's standing on principles, man. Like it's a March on Washington type candle right here, dude. This is oh my goodness. But if it pulls back, it's all kind of support right in there. It's overbought. Thing could happen. It could pull back just a tick and go because Roku is in it. And it did this with Tesla pulling back $45 today. So Arc Arc is the Tesla play. Now the next play. So right now with Arc, it's a little extended to get into it unless you own it or you're buying shares and you're just gonna go through the ebbs and flows. But the SPY is the one that I'm watching again because Tesla sold off heavy and SPY made a push, but the SPY, if you see that one candle right here, like the wick, it was a crazy wick to the top at a certain time of day. And if I go to Tesla, Tesla should show a wick like that, but it didn't. It shows it on the there it is, a 5 minute in the pre-market up to 695, like a weird, just a crazy type of situation. So the SPY for me, guys, is still in play. It's still my poor man's Tesla play. I hopped into December 28th, 365 today. Got in and got out. It wasn't as cheap, but or I'm not gonna say cheap. I'm gonna start using the word I don't know, efficiently priced is a good word, but let's look at the SPY. The SPY is still coiling. That's a weird candle to get above because I look for an entry. So normally I look for an entry on like the daily, but in trading range with the SPY right now on the weekly, when I say range, the bottom is right here, top right there, pulling back. I don't, my goodness. I- Hmm. SPY ran today, but it would be an intraday trade. You just have to judge it from an intraday perspective. If it breaks above 372.50, because what did I call it for last night? It was 371.15 was the entry yesterday, and it actually it got there off of a crazy candle, but not legitimately. So our entry now for the SPY, and now it's not as this is a B minus trade. It's just 372.50, but I'm just writing that down because on the 4 hour, that's where we are. But I'm not recommending it. It's falling below the 50 period on that, but it's still holding the 50 on the daily, which is cool. So let's just use the SPY as our barometer tomorrow and the Qs as well. Qs kind of took off, had a nice little move at some point during the day. So I like this pullback. This is a reversal. I think whoever's somebody in here is in our class coming up on 26. Let me see who's in the room. And I know Kay's been in the class before. Everybody, but anyway, this is the reversal that I look for. You know, you look for a reversal pattern, or you look for a breakout from from a wedge break or a pullback to support and a pop. But when you see a push up and a pullback, like that's a tight bull channel right here. Then you hit a little bit of level of resistance. That's profit taking, but also then the bears got a little ahead of themselves and wanted to push that candle all the way down, and there was a gap that was filled, which I'm happy to see. No gaps up there. Boom. When I say boom, 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 I'm looking at a particular reversal candle on the screen. If this were a doji, you would call it a Morningstar doji. It's just a 3-pin reversal. Not just, but it's something that shout out to Monty, man. We call him 3-pin Monty, but he trades forex, and he's a chart technician like Larry Williams, like Maurice Jackson, like King Steph. So when I spot that, and you can't. We're looking after the fact. This is after the fact. Anybody can say, "Oh man, I would have gotten in here. I don't know why you sold. I would have kept it to." It's like you're not gonna keep it to there. You don't know that, man, unless you map this out. You're seeing this. Look over. It's called the hard right edge. It's a grown man or a grown woman that has to just make a decision on, like, okay, do I put my money here? Do I put my money? Is this gonna still go up? Hmm. Or have we run the distance in this thing, and is my RSI overbought? How do the Qs react when they get to overbought status? Now let me buy right here, and 2 days later, or you buy there, and they snatch a stripe out their tail. You know. Then, but the thing about it is, like, if you're in there for the long haul, and my chart's a little skewed, but you realize you're in an upward trend, a trend, bullish trend. You might have found a little bit of support, and you decide to go back in on that reversal. Whether it's risky to go. Some people will buy at the close of a previous candle within a bull trend because they're trusting that the trend will continue. but that's a little bit more seasoned. I want to see it make a new high. Like that reversal right there, people may have gotten in there. That next day is the day where I look for some continuation, and really you get in there, you get the gap up, but I would have gotten in there possibly and it would have sold off a little bit. But what we're doing right now is similar to what we had right here. We had the run up, pull back to support, found support, ran up. Now we had a push up, pull back into an area of previous structure, like where there's a lot of activity, and we're staying above it, well above the 50. Got a nice little, what is that? What is the push up, little push up ice cream bar with a push, the wick is on the bottom. And if the entry above 309.50, like on the cues. But the thing about it, don't go in this thing if the market is just bleeding red in the morning, and because it's going to be an uphill battle. Let me set this up right. 309.50. I'm gonna find us an option. Right there. Let's go with that. And we have, I like the trend. The trend line is a clean trend. Um, on the weekly, with the cues, I want to see that weekly go back a little bit and not go back. I want to check if we had any riffraff to the left. And I love how the weekly looks, man. Hmm. And I try to write my notes like weekly strong. I'll put a double check or my RSI is good. Yeah, that 309.50. Go to the daily. No riffraff. The only thing, let's see. Let me draw that channel. We're good with the channel. I can even go back down here. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go with the cues real quick. I'm gonna put and the thing about the cues, they have weeklies, quarterlies, and I think the pricing is really good. Now, one thing that I'm noticing, like, okay, put the calls right here. 598, 598K to 320 put to call ratio is skewed on the surface, but when we dig a little bit deeper, let's go in the money. And when we go 41 to 60, it's 90,000 to 79,000. So it's bullish when you dig deeper. So if you look on the surface, yeah, it's more puts and calls. But the ones that are really mattering right now, 90K to 79K, 17K to 6K. And these are all, it's like at the money, in the money, in the money for sure, deep in the money, deep undercover. So it's bullish. I want to get a little time, but if it's overpriced, we'll go out a little further. We'll go in a little shorter. If you guys can afford this, like that 743, that's the one that sticks out for me. I say 740. It's the January 15th, 310. If we go above 309.50, that's cool. The 310 looks really good because I like the 24K open interest. I like the volume. Delta fits. If you want to get a little bit more safety, you can go any one of these all the way up to, geez. If you really want safety, you go up here and pay that 1425, that 300 call. These calls all the way up this chain, even a little bit out. if it hits 309.50, I don't. You got 25 days to get 315. If you go out this far, guys, that's not a recommendation of mine. But if you go out that far, you need to have your stop set. You decide how much you're going to risk, because if it does pull back, you get any the cues are going to react to the technical to anything in the tech sector. Uh, you get negative news that that might pop it, but the cues are like after hours right now is running. So we'll see. Let's see what the quarterlies look like. Yeah, that'll give us 10 days. Do not go into December 24th. Don't go to the don't go over Christmas Eve with the Christmas Eve options. Yeah, I know Black Santa's coming, but he told me to tell y'all not to do it. But I like the 310s on these guys. And that 308 is nice. These I mean it's tick for tick. You got 301, 302, 30, so it's going to be a lot of action in these areas. So let's go with 310 or 308 on the quarterlies, but you can't hold it. You got to. It's a day or two trade. It's not if you go with that quarterly. The December 31st, 308 call. December 31st, 310. 310 call. And if you want safety, it's not safety, but I'm just saying a little bit of time and you forget to get out or something, and you're like, oh, you don't. It, I like buying time because every time we say we're gonna get out, sometimes you hold and say hey, it might come back, and then your option expires, and the market maker will pin the heaviest open interest below a certain level. Like if it were at three, if we were trending below 300, it was Friday right now. If it were Friday, they could try to find a way to try to pin the cues below 300 until Monday. That kind of thing happens, and it happened in Tesla. So this 300, this 310 is nice on yeah, the 310 is nice. That's the January 15. Yeah, Jan 15, 310. Then you go Jan 15. I like the 305 and the 306 as well. They're stronger, but it's no reason to pay 14.25 unless you're just really trying to get some safety. But I mean, you can. The delta's higher, so you make that choice, guys. All right, let's see. What up, Greg? We got Ruby, uh, Kyle, and Larry Williams. What's going on, Larry? The man with the plan. Y'all check out Larry Williams, man. He has uh, he's a preparedness coach where he will talk and give you. I'm big on the apocalypse type stuff on those movies where it's an EMP pulse and everything shuts down and you need to have your water supplies and growing your own food and all that kind of stuff. My family knows that if that movie shows up, most of the time the zombies are involved with that, like World War Z and all that. Now I love it. Well, Larry is a person to talk to get get you get your amateur radio license, and it gives you the thoughts and the strategies how to survive during times like that and right now. So um, before anything happens, like when the lockdowns came, the initial lockdowns with COVID, man, Larry was giving some great advice, amazing advice that we looked at. Um, Guys, put something in the chat if you'd like. I'm gonna look at another. I'm gonna look at ARC. Well, we looked at ARC. Let's see what I had. Amazon was coiling up for me. It made my list. XRT is what the brothers call him. But no, let's see. Instead of the XLY, consumer discretionary, XRT, I want to test that out, man, because the retail sector, the Santa Claus rally, were a little bit overbought, but it's coiling up. I don't think the volume is like heavy. Let's see what the options look like on XRT, because the XLY options were crap. They were crap, bro. 65. Ugh. It always populates after hours. Funny. 63, 65. No, sir. The 61, if it populate, if tomorrow fills in the right way. I'm really not familiar with trading the spiders right here, the XRT and XLY. So charts look pretty okay. All right, you're in Spirit. Got an ADP. We got CVS for. What about CVS and Walgreens? Okay, yeah, moving the virus. Let's see CVS. CVS has been in that trading range for a good little minute on the weekly, but it's staying above the 50. It's reclaimed the 50. Let me see the daily. It's coming back down to support and may look to try to make that bounce because it's above the 50. That's that range right there. That is. All right, we're probably looking to enter into a possible broad bull channel, and we're at the bottom of that channel. We have a doji at the bottom. There could be a Morningstar doji on this on CVS, and we go down to the 4-hour. Nice call, Larry. Let me take the after hours off, extended. That's a head and shoulders on the 4-hour, but it's either or. We're right there at the bottom of this channel. What's that high? 69.79. If we get above that not today's close or high, but Friday's high was 68.96. So like 69. Walgreens could be a go. Shoot, let's get Larry, man. What's your play, Larry?
I'm still kind of watching it. I saw the head and shoulders pattern as well, and the head and shoulders was kind of had got me hesitant. I'm in it, but I've been in about 2 weeks now.
I think, man, it's hit the bottom of this channel for me on the 4-hour, which is looking the same as the daily on that channel. And it looks, push up, bam, bam, bam. And the head, definite nested head and shoulders, but it's either or. If it falls, you know how it is. If it falls below at 68.96, and then that level, right, those levels right in there, 67. But it seems like it held right here for 3 days. The sell off and held right above the breakout area, the official breakout area. So and it tested it for a double. Almost, it hadn't even retested that. So I would say this is the week for either the blast or just a stall, because it's a tough, it's a tough one, but I think it's about to pull back up. And these are the ones that I've been kind of missing, to where I hadn't dug deeper into it, to where I haven't drawn the channels where I should, and say, oh man, I could have gotten to this while this was in a trading range at the bottom of the range, and ridden it right up. So I think there's a chance for that CVS trading range for me to enter. If I'm not in it, I'd like to go 69, 79. So maybe my 70, that 70 handle might be my entry, greater than 69, 79. And I'm going to see something on these options. Because I remember you got in it a while ago. It's all bullish all the way through. Great prices. Great prices. And the calls are calls are costlier than the puts, and deep in the money, or in the money, is cost effective. 6750 call. I don't like to do the 50s, but it's not that big of a deal to me. January 15, 6750. And for me, this is a risky play, to the point of like going in before you get confirmation. But if we get in with confirmation, there's a chance to be an overnight hold with this, and you get news as well within that trend, and we get another gap up within that trading range towards the top. So I like the open interest on the 6750, and I like the Jan 1565. Okay. Let's see. Right now, spirit, but not support. Not spirit. I'm gonna go to Greg right now, Ruby. And I skipped right over Jamelin. I'm sorry, I got an ADP right before close for an overnight trade. Jamelin, you don't need any help, man. I know you come in with you got the vertical rolling. You killing it. Definitely killing it. Let's see. Oh yeah. Not see, yeah, she got in right. Let's see here. That's nice. Nice call. And they sent my paycheck out at the right time. So what kind of play you doing on this one, Jamelin? Because it broke out from a little from a trading range, but it's at the top of that one. If it does break above this level, it could push at least one more day, 177.84. But we could be at the top of a range. It's just I don't know this one as well.
Yes, I was just trying to look at this from just an overnight trade, just to kind of see
Yeah.
how the stock was going to do. I ended up just getting a simple vertical, a 1231, 177, 5180.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of want to just kind of see how it does in pre-market, and hopefully it'll spike. Just kind of just want to, like I said, just dip in, get my feet wet, make a little money, and just kind of get out.
Yeah. So you Bobby Browned it. Okay. Yeah. You gonna put the Bobby Brown on him. All right. That'll work. I like I like how it looks. So, because I mean, it's coiling. It's coiling, tested, pulled back just a little bit, and found support with a bullish candle. And yeah. That's I'm gonna write ADP down just to keep an eye on. Thank you for that one. And I'm Let's see options. I've never looked at an option on ADP. Now, hold on, wait a second. Let me see something. Daily. Okay, volume solid. Just not a lot of heavy open interest in there. Good enough. It's good enough though. Spreads a little wide, but cool. That 180. That 180 is nice. It's the tightest spread too. So, okay, Jamelin, thank you for that one. Let's see here. And I'll hit Greg's real quick. SPG. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on these guys. The REITs, and with the retail malls, region, they've. It all depends. It's a wishy-washy situation. But SGP or SPG, Simon Property Group, is the strongest of the bunch. Hold on, let me pull it up. I built a basket of these guys, like my Corona REITs. Mall-centered REITs. AMT, SPG, yes. They have a dividend come out. Yeah, 23rd is coming. Nice dividend play. So, Greg, I'm thinking this is a long-term position for you. Buy and hold, or is this a trade that you're looking at? Thinking about your background in real estate and investing.
I do both, there, JD. Long term, because I love the dividend. It pays $1.30.
Yeah.
I have about 300 shares of that.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I trade it as well.
Okay. Cool. I think on the trade side, like long term, there's nothing. That's your expertise. That's you have an intimate relationship with SPG. That's for posterity right there for the family. Found wedge break. Weekly looks like it's trying. It's 94.35. If it can hold above that, the high 95.56. But I'm gonna go to the daily. It's two things. It's a bull and a bear case right now for this one. Just go right in there. That's the pivot point to an extent, because I mean we break below this and these levels right here. The bear case is in play, and it could close. It's a tiny gap to close or fill, and then it's a further gap down here to fill. So if this is setting up right now, like when you say you can see it in the charts, we can see, to me, let me see what the VIX looks like. This is going to be indicative of whatever Corona's doing, whatever fear within the airlines. But the good thing is the stimulus package came. And so it's the bulls and the bears literally fighting. And that's indicative of this right here, the doji that just popped up, just out of the blue. Not out of the blue, but I mean, so if it falls below today's low of 82.25, let's make sure that 82.40 below 82.30. So yeah, the 82.25 handle, that's the line in the sand for a bearish play for a short. It needs to, but if if we get tomorrow and it comes up, because this could turn into a Morningstar doji, to where the reversal comes with good news, stimulus checks get mailed out. They'll say that the mutated virus. I think I already saw some like a quick headline that said, I don't know if Moderna, someone said that, yeah, our our vaccine and our therapeutics can definitely should be able to deal with the new strain. So it could easily, if something comes out positive tomorrow, this will pop if it goes above 84.50. And I know people say, "Oh man, which one is it? You going long or short?" It's fluidity in the market, in my opinion. Because I mean, this is a game. It's a change of directions. It's like, oh man, yeah, good. Yeah, we're going to open these malls. Nope, nobody's paying. We're all in forbearance. Oh, you know what? Some good news about the vaccine. President Trump said it's going to come out, and then find out like, no, it's not going to come out that quickly. Then say, oh, you know what? We got a stimulus package. Boom, 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 and had some really good news over the last few weeks. And now, right now, we are in a bearish trend. Uh, but it's captured the 50. It's above the 50. It's just going to depend on this how we react off of this doji. It's indecision. So um, I can't call this one until I see where price opens and trends, whether it's down. And I wouldn't trade it in the morning. I wouldn't trade. I would wait till maybe after the lunch rush to see if there's a real trend, or if any, like, how someone said they throw their cards down, but they had the ace in the back pocket. They'll throw that other card down after lunch, after they eat and get the itis, and leave us hanging. So I would wait on that. Yeah, I see why you bought puts. Yeah, I see why you bought puts, man. And thing about it, it's a protective situation anyway for your position. So yeah, puts for 31. What strike were your puts? Because the December 31st, it's setting up. It's just, this is the line in the sand. That's all it is right there, man. Uh, let's see what else we have on the docket. Let's go back to Spirit, SPRT. But I definitely see why you bought puts, because my first inclination is to buy puts, but I have to always check that left-hand side, look to the left to see last time price came down in this area, buyers came in. And, buyers stood up on that. And it's just a level. If it breaks, it's a pivot. We'll pivot down. If it pops up, that becomes a Morningstar doji, but it's a bearish doji. So the probability of going up is a little bit tougher. I do see a pullback a little bit further, but hey, we never know. So we'll ride it out. But I think you're in pretty good position, man. No, like the strike, like here, SPG. Not the price of the option, but which particular strike. I know the December 31st. Am I not seeing? Hold on, let's find. I might be overlooking it, Greg. You said the December 31st, or let me see what's in the chat. My options chain is not showing December 31st on the SPG. But when I say strike, I'm talking about, like, the price over here in the column for that. So, but let's go with
18, 31 December.
31 December. Yeah, and
18.
for SPG?
Yes.
Wow,
SPG.
I'm not.
Let me make sure I'm on the right one. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm looking at OXY.
Okay.
Yeah, OXY. That was the other one I put in there.
Yeah. So what strike did you go on did you get puts on SPG though?
Yes, 85. I went out to 15 January. The
85s.
yeah, 85 puts.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Paid 357 for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna ride this one. You can ride this one down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll roll it out a little bit tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see.
Take the profit off the
OXY.
table.
OXY. Yeah, you might have to holler at Larry with the oil, man. Larry will hop in an oil play.
I love the oil play. They'll climb. They were doing some really good dividends prior to this, but right now they're struggling because all affected by the news.
Right. Right.
So I just ride the wave with it. Up and down,
Yeah.
up and down.
I'm not with oil for me. I know it's the news, and I watch those guys every day. You know, when they talk about it, and I do think news and updates will trump anything that I'm gonna say about the charts. But it has found a level of support right there. Double top pull.
You're looking at the OXY?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Make sure if I got it on the screen. Yeah. OXY. That's another pivot point. If it falls below 1690, and I just I tell you what. Let me bring Larry into this one too, real quick on this. Hey, Larry, you have any? Can you add any color to the oil play?
I don't have to get on a chart and really look at it. It's kind of tricky right now with the oil, from the simple fact, with the vaccine and everything doing the whoop-de-doo, you're going to open back up, then actually not. So I think it still got some room to go lower. Looking at that chart there, maybe to go down to drop down to that bottom green wick, right around there. Keep going a little farther.
Would you go down there, down to the breakout?
Right there. Yeah, I think it may retest that breakout area.
Yeah, and it's right at the 50. I just with oil, man. I never traded. Okay. Okay. Well,
yeah, about the 18 put. That's the December 31. I was thinking of. It's 65 cents.
Oh well, yeah. You got in a really good. You protected.
Yeah.
Protected your position.
18 puts. Yeah. I mean 8 puts.
Oh, that's beautiful. Not a lot of open interest. So, but the spread is not that bad. So, like when it's time to exit, the volume will be good. So, test your exits with that open interest down at 143 in case. I mean, if it goes on a run and you try to take that profit, hopefully, I don't think the spread will go crazy. I've never messed with Oxy. So, but great call on that, man.
I'll just roll it out a little further. I'll catch it in the morning, or maybe wait.
Okay.
Maybe 10:30, 11. Roll it, take the profit off the table, and still protect my profits there.
Well, that'll work, man. Well, I appreciate it, Greg.
Appreciate you guys.
Okay, man. Well, let's see. A buddy hopped in space. I've been bullish space for a long time, but space has pulled back a little bit and done a few things that I wouldn't. That test flight happened. They failed. Had a it didn't hit. I mean that's just the word I can use right there. So no one passed away. There were no injuries or things like that. But yeah, space is a short for me, and if it falls below 2392 again, but it's right at the 50. It's coming for the 50. Anyway, anything else, guys? Anything else that you want me to take a look at before I wrap this up? If y'all on Facebook, you can email me any questions. The email should be in that at the top of the page or the invitation or whatever. Yeah. So, but here I'll put it in here. I think everybody in this room has my email. And Mo and I'll have our charting class on the 26th through the 28th. Thoughts on PayPal? Yeah, let's see. Oh, Spirit. All right. Okay. Okay, baby, I'm coming. Yeah, Ruby and Jamelin said from. I'm joking with y'all. I'm joking. Let me go. Spirit SPR. I got the LOLs on. Right there. That'll work. Let's see here. Okay. I keep saying spirit, but it is support, just like what you said. Yeah, I don't know why. What is support? Gap up, push, running. So weekly look like. Oh, this thing is $2.12. Hold on. Let me see some, Ruby. How many? Oh, I can't trade this. I can't trade this. It's not enough volume on this. No. This thing it'll trap you in there. And my famous line is like the cues on the Gremlin's yard can move this one. They can move support. We have enough firepower in this room. Y'all want we can pump and dump support. We're gonna pump and dump support tomorrow. Y'all want to let's get rich. We're gonna get rich off of this, and we might go to jail, and somebody gonna have to take who's gonna take the bid. Nah, Ruby. I mean, unless you're helping them build for the future, for a better world, that kind of thing. I don't know what. Let me just see something. What is support? I mean, see SPRT, and it's. How'd you find this one, Ruby? Support.com. Microcap rodeo. I don't know what is this. And they do they have a support.com bowl too during the holidays? I need to hear this one. Let me put you back on the mic, Ruby. Okay. Well, so far you laughing hard, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, so this stock I bought on the recommendation of Jamar, actually, right?
Oh, well, that's a different story now. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
That's a different story now. Go ahead. If Jamar hits, hey, we might need to all buy support. So let me recap. Let me reel this one back. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking, please. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I bought this back in September at 160 something, 170 something, and 186.
Yeah.
And I have about a total of 32
thousand
stocks of it.
I'm joking. Go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
now it's up at 212.
Well, shoot. I mean, if you're
And
in
this
it.
stock helped me buy that one stock of Mattel.
Oh, so you sold off a little bit and took.
Right.
Yeah. When you said Jamar, that's all I needed to hear. Okay.
Right.
That's all you need to say.
But they help with technical support for Zoom.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. Okay, guys. Ruby made the call on support.
Oh my God.
With Jamar, hey, now really the Jamar James is when I trust his word, man.
Right.
The research that he puts together, the team that he has, that
right.
DCG, that's.
Well, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have found you. So.
Really, shoot. That'll work. Just a little shout out. That was a joke to the family over there. But I like this, man. This wedge pattern. But Ah, only reason I could get into it is because of it would be a pure recommendation play. It would be like, okay, it's under $2 and start throwing a little change here and there at it. But let's see. Bull flag. I don't know much about it, but the fact that you said the support system of Zoom, I would do my research on. Okay, here we go, guys. Let me do this real quick. Um, this is where I go when I try to get a little more info. I, um, I use Investors Business Daily, of course, and support that. And it pulled up Spirit first too, boy. Support is trying to do it. All right, let's see. I'm not worried about the composite rating. What I'm looking for to see if there's any buying. Okay, it's a C on the accumulation distribution, which isn't great, but it still passes. The next thing when I want to go, okay, they have an investment bank. That's sneaky. That means it's some money behind these guys. Their market cap is 41 million, so it's not huge. But people say, oh, it's not a big market cap. But I look at it from another perspective. If it's a smaller market cap with getting some love from an investment bank, this thing can double, triple, and quadruple easier than a company with a 400 billion market cap or a 500 million market cap. You can see multiples of 2 and 3 times growth easier on this size. But one more thing that I go to is also I check out. I go to Yahoo Finance, and I want to see what type of institutional participation is going in support. And let's see, and it's it's a smaller, it's a smaller company, smaller stock. So I'm not expecting a great deal, but let's just see what it. Here's what hedge funds think about support. I like seeing that. Okay, we go over here to the holders and we start digging in a little bit. All right, insiders own 21% of insiders own shares. So people who work for the company, they're not cutting bait and going, so they're in there. I love seeing that. 32% institutional ownership. So the float, there's a float. They're not taking up all the float. 39 institutions, and let's see the big names. Let's BlackRock. I love seeing BlackRock. I don't know Fondren, Renaissance, Vanguard, GeoJ, Bridgeway. Okay. Nice call, Ruby. Great call. Great job. Great job. Oh, your hug on that one. Oh, your hug. You came on laughing hard. I thought my joke was hitting, but you were like, okay. Thank you. Let's put this back on the screen. I with support, I mean, make your decision on like, hey, if you're in it, why sell? Why sell? Do you need the money to buy the shredded wheat Nabiscos in the morning for when it's hot? I mean, when it's cold and the winter time's coming, you want some warm. So you don't that you know $60. Let's see. Let's see what this thing can do. That's how I'm talking is if I'm thinking with that. So okay, good. You're holding. Say go Ruby. Yeah, go Ruby. And let's see. Riot. Okay, yeah, man. Riot pumping. Ah, did Jamelin ask for something else? NNDM is. I want to do this real quick before I get off here, but I know Jamelin put something else in there. And I ran right by it. All the jokes came hard. PayPal. There we go. PYPL. I was in there, got out too quick. Too quickly. I think PayPal and Square about to really hit right now. Again, it's over. It's a lightly extended, but we can remain overbought on the daily on PayPal or anything for an extended period of time. This is a strong bull flag. But that doji right there might be a pullback coming. That's just a strong bull trend. If you're in it for the long haul, That's a plus, but that weekly is beautiful. So I mean, there's still room to run, but we've had 2 legs. That's the second leg right there on that week. Daily is, push out. We might be coming to the end of a short-term run and maybe a little pullback, but I'm thinking, man, just off of thinking, off the Santa Claus rally, uh, the payment systems, the fintech coming up over the holidays, usage may be up. That may be it's close now. Really, if you to hop in, you can buy at a higher level, and then it can run higher. So if it does break above today's high, like 239.75, that's an entry. Now the run, you may need to take profit early in the day, whatever. I don't think it would be a swing trade because we could be coming to the end of a nice bull channel, bull run. Not saying it'll be a pullback, but it could go into a little trading range or a pullback. So I like it. Let's go NNDM, and this will be the last one. This is one I have been in for a minute. We spotlighted it in one of our biotech in June, our biotech stock scouting report that Mo and I put out back in this thing down here. It was like early June, might have been, and it was pushing, but the volume is what caught my attention. Like right there, 331 million shares. Like, but the day before it was like 457,000. So you get, or you get like one day, oh, it's 3 million shares. Okay, yeah, it's a little $2 stock. It was 79 cents on May 18th. Boom, the 19th. That thing runs up to 397, but the volume is what hits 331 million. So I saw that anomaly, and that's what you don't go in right there, but the price is so. It's just not a crazy price. I mean, you were going to get a pullback, and it pulled back to that 50, and it was time to buy shares. And I should have bought still more shares. Still should be in it, but this is a beautiful bull trend. Pull back to support. I mean, you can call that a bull flag, a pennant, whatever we want to call. We had a cup and handle here, all the names that we want to call. And this is a bullish engulfing. It engulfed every one of those the past 7, 8, 9 days of candles. But follow through, close net or above on its high. There might be a pullback, a 50% pullback, or this thing could keep running. So this for me, I do like them. I like that chart. So bought it at 87 and still holding. That a baby Kim. That's a great play. Well, guys, look, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank y'all for coming. I just felt like getting on and looking over some charts. And yeah, Ronisha, who paid? Let's see, dollar dividend. Talking about maybe does Riot? I don't think Riot pays a dividend, does it? But let's see what I missed. Oh, for support. Okay. Well, all right, guys. Well, look, I'm a sign off. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll open up the trading room. I had to run errands this morning. It's my son's birthday today, so I'll open it back up tomorrow morning before the market. So y'all come on in and hang out. Thank y'all for coming. All right. Appreciate it, Larry.